But this friend I had been friends with since I was like in second grade. So I was what? How old were you in second grade? Like 7? Since I was 7. And
nigga, you can catch a fade. I'm trying to see mommy, young mommy, yeah. She with that tsunami, can't lie to me, yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. If you're new to our channel, my name is Deja and this is Charna. So today we're going to be basically talking about relationships, different topics. We definitely want to hear your input. We have different topics that we're going to talk about. We're going to give our responses, and then if you feel like you want to talk or give your responses,
comment down below. Yes. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
And leave us your feedback.
Yeah.
Alright.
So what's the first topic?
The first one is flirting always cheating?
You go first.
Well, I gotta go first.
I want to know what you think.
The short answer is no. I don't think flirting is always cheating, because I do feel like there is a thing. I feel like there is a thing such as innocent flirting, meaning which I feel like everybody does, because I mean everybody has their definition of what flirting is, but for me, flirting can be as simple as talking to somebody extra smiley and high pitched. To me, that could be flirting, but that doesn't mean you're intending on, you know what I'm saying, talking to this person or like in that type of way, or doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. So I feel like there's a thing such as innocent flirting, and so in that case, no, it's not cheating. But if you take flirting and then do things that lead to other things, then obviously it can lead. I feel like flirting can lead to cheating, but flirting is not cheating in my opinion.
I basically agree. I feel like flirting is something that could be innocent, because trying to tell me that I flirt a lot,
You do.
but I mean, I just am being me. So, and because I'm a naturally smiling person, I just never even took it like that. That's just something that everybody get, not anybody in particular. But flirting could be cheating if it's intentional, if it is taken overboard. It could be the start of cheating. I'll say that.
Right.
It could be something that starts cheating. That's why I do not condone flirting.
Even though you do it.
But you can't stop it.
What?
Listen, y'all gotta hear me out. Follow me, okay?
We following you. What's up?
Flirting, if it's not controlled, could be dangerous.
So you gotta have control over the flirt.
Control it.
How do you control it?
Don't do what you don't expect your person, the person that you're with, to do. Like,
okay, but you don't want you wouldn't want me flirting at all. So,
I mean, ideally, no, I don't want you to flirt, but I can't stop that.
So what do you feel like is a limit to flirting?
Okay.
Like, where do you feel like the line has to be drawn?
You can tell when somebody picks up that what you're doing is either making them feel away or making them react back. If your flirting gets to a point where, okay, like let's just say, okay, hey, how you doing? You know, I'm talking to you and I'm just smiling, you know, and I'm just being real extra. To me, that's innocent flirting.
Right.
Now, if I'm looking at you like this, up and down, and then you look at me like, oh, I catch what you're doing, that right there, as simple as that, could be. So
as simple as a mean eye contact.
It's a thin line.
Right.
It's a very thin line.
It is a thin line. So
yeah.
So your answer is no. Flirting is not cheating, but it can lead to cheating.
Yes.
Word, I agree. Next question is, or the next topic is, let's get real about jealousy. And I love this one. You gonna go first?
Okay, so jealousy.
Do you feel like you're a jealous person?
Yes.
Why?
I feel like I'm a jealous person because of his past history. we was talking about what shaped it, and basically I feel like jealousy, I probably would not even have known what that emotion was had I not experienced somebody that I'm with either cheating on me or being interested in another person. I've experienced that in every relationship. So jealousy, what does that mean for me? Is that what you asked me?
No, I just asked you, do you feel like you are jealous? And if yes, then why? I'm
jealous because of that reason. Because of, me trusting a person and they basically what's the word? I can't even talk. What's the word?
I don't know. What you trying to say?
Okay, if I'm trusting you to do what you're supposed to, just be a regular person and just meet people and hang out and have fun, if I'm trusting you to do that, but then you kind of take me for granted and, start liking people and talking to people and texting people and doing all the extra stuff, that stuff is kind of what creates jealousy for me. Wait a minute. Can we just cut this?
What you mean?
Because
What's wrong?
I don't feel like I like the way I...
Answer the question?
Wait a minute. Maybe you should go first.
Why should I go first?
Because I just got thrown off real quick.
So you threw yourself off?
No. Okay, number one, let me just say what jealousy means to me. Because maybe that's why I got thrown off and I can't accurately answer the question. To me, jealousy, a lot of people say jealousy is love and hate at the same time. I don't feel like anybody that I was ever jealous over, I loved and hated at the same time. I guess I may have felt like...
Maybe envious?
I was thinking envious, but I don't even want to say envious because it's nothing that I'm envious over. I just always had a question or wonder in my mind as to why is the person that I'm with choosing to not be loyal to me and be involved with this person. Mm-hmm. So it's not that I want to be you or I'm jealous of something that you have. It's just more so maybe I'm jealous that the person I'm with now has your attention and I'm not okay with that.
So it's okay to not be okay with it and still not be jealous, because I've dealt with the same things, but I don't feel like I've ever really been a jealous person in general, because when you go through things and your partner cheat on you, you be having all these questions and feelings, but
this is a great conversation because now I know that I'm not jealous.
You just not coming to the realization?
Yes, because I think I've had one definition in my head of what jealousy meant.
Which was what?
Like, just not liking the fact that basically what I just explained, but that's not jealousy.
That's not jealousy. Jealousy.
Y'all.
You know what?
I am not a jealous person.
But
I've never wanted what somebody else had. I'm always happy about if somebody is doing good in life, or I've never been envious, meaning wanting to be you, or jealous.
I'm gonna slightly disagree.
Okay, go ahead.
Only because of certain conversations we've had about, your past relationships and then things that we've gone through with certain people from the past. You've said certain things such as like you said, I just want to know what got you so, or why you were so into them. So I'm looking at them, and then when I look at them and I see this and see that. So to me, that's kind of a form of jealousy in my mind.
It's a form of insecurity.
Okay.
Not jealousy.
Okay.
It's a form of insecurity. So I feel like, yes, I may have been insecure, and that's even what I'll call it all, but not jealous.
You never felt like you ever wanted what somebody else had?
No, I'm not jealous. Oh my gosh. Wow. I just came to that realization. This is really good conversation. So what do you think jealousy is to you, and are you jealous?
I'm not jealous only because I know what I bring, and I've always been very strong in that. Obviously, nobody's perfect. Everybody, mess up, do whatever they do in their relationship. But when it comes to, providing certain wants and needs and the foundation in a relationship, I feel like I always bring that. So it's like, you can go out and cheat and do whatever you do, but I'm never going to be jealous, even if that person look better than me, even if they got more money than me. I'm not going to be jealous because I know at the end of the day what I bring. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, and maybe that's a part of being secure, and a form of being secure, because it's like, no matter what you go do, I know I did my part. So I'm not jealous. I don't think I've ever really
been jealous,
experienced that.
Me either.
Like,
now that I'm thinking about it, honestly.
I mean, I've experienced like seeing certain things and go, oh, I wish I had that. But that's very.
But it's
like,
always like playfully, like.
Yeah, but no, not just ever, just really not liking a person because I want to be them or wish I like. Nah, I've never. I can't understand that emotion.
But I would say this really quick, that if I just had time to myself, if I've been real with myself throughout my life and just gave myself that time alone and got to know myself, because that's another thing I feel like I have lacked too, is getting to know who I am, then I would not have had insecurities. So
everybody has insecurities,
but not like what the ones that I have.
True. Because yours are like mainly based off other people.
That's what I was saying today. Like, if I was not in relationships, this emotion.
But why does that have to create an insecurity if you feel like, or that's just like a question in a statement. If you feel like that you were doing all that you needed to do in your relationship, why is it that when somebody else come along, it makes you feel insecure?
Because in most of my relationships, I'm always so in love. I love very hard. And it's not that I feel like I'm not good enough. I just always wonder, why are you leaving me? Because I know that I have been good enough. So that's really the answer to that question. It's not that, I don't know, I always just wonder, why are you leaving? Because I know I'm bringing what I'm supposed to bring to the table. I know I'm loving you the right way. I mean, if anything, I probably didn't love you the right way because of those previous relationships. But prior to you, and just not ever feeling the negative emotions of insecurity and jealousy and envy, all that stuff, I would love the right way, you know.
So it's almost like you love the wrong people the right way.
I love the wrong people the right way, and then when you came along and you were so perfect, I had gotten out of that because of past relationships.
Right.
So now I'm playing catch up in my life. I'm about to be 25, and I'm trying to figure out, why am I like this? Why do I feel like this?
Trying to iron everything
Trying to figure it out. But every day.
Yeah, that's one thing I never wanted to happen, but I feel like it kind of happened in a sense to where I let the things that I've experienced like change me, because I never want to like put that onto like the next person, or you know what I'm saying, like, because people gonna be people, so you can't take what somebody did to you and then just be like, oh well, F everybody, da da da. But it's hard sometimes because you want to just be like, okay, well, I'm tired of doing everything, putting my all into people, and they like constantly letting me down.
But that's something that you are very strong in. You know how to stop a feeling or an emotion. You know how not to cross those lines, and a lot of times it's easier said than done. And a lot of people don't know how to not cross those emotions. And
it's hard though. It's not easy, and it takes practice, because I don't know. It's just, but I don't know. I guess you just have to have a strong mind in order to remain true to yourself. And then it's like you have to know who you are too. Because if you don't know who you are, then you can so easily be different people and switch up and be different ways. So it's like, if you know how you are.
I love this conversation. I really just love it.
Yeah.
Because my eyes are being opened. And it's just like, that's why I've always wanted to know, why is it so easy for you to
It's not easy.
But you know why? Because you have been alone for most of your life. You've learned to be okay by yourself.
Right.
I've never been alone. I've always had my brother. We grew up together. My brother even got mad at me when I started dating because I was all into my relationships. I've never been alone. Ever. until the past like a month ago, where I went home and I was by myself for 2 months, or when I was in prison. But I've never had time for myself. I've never gotten to know myself. So just a disclaimer, it's really important to get to know yourself. Like, it's so important
Especially before you get in a relationship.
Especially before you get into a relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you don't want to bring that into a new situation. And it's like, if you got already disconnected wires within yourself and you trying to love somebody, but you really don't even know how to love yourself, like,
Right.
it'll never really work
Exactly.
out. Because then it comes to a point to where it's like, okay, you in a relationship and now you trying to like connect all the dots, and it's gonna be a lot of mess. So, but if you with the right partner who can understand that and can work through it with you, then you know that's
And that's
you
why
lucky.
I'm so thankful for you. And I tell her this all the time, like, love out here, it ain't the best. I mean, it's barely even out there in the world, but she has been awesome. Like, even though we went through stuff, you know, I don't know, you've just been really, really good. And I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, Nate. Let's just get married right now.
Stop.
But yeah, so what's the next topic?
All right.
Because we'll just do one more, because dang, that jealousy went a long way.
Yeah, because it could really. I'm gonna put jealousy and insecurity together because, woo, because it can really affect it can really affect your relationship.
Yeah.
Because if a person is constantly, if a person is constantly feeling a way about a lot of different things, it's like it's not fair to the other person. You know what I'm saying? Because like when me and her, like our first 2-3 years of our relationship, you know, she was very insecure, but it was like it wasn't fair to me because I was doing all the right things, so she didn't have a reason to be insecure. But it's like because of her insecurities, it kind of like affected my personal relationships with other people and like my personal life outside of our relationship. So again, it's like if you with the right person who can help you through that and work through it with you, then that's cool. But you just really got to be able to like at some point get a hold on it and realize like, okay, this is not a way that I should be, and I don't want to make my partner feel a way because of something that I'm dealing with.
And sometimes, like, you don't even realize, I didn't even realize how I was affecting her, because there was a lot of ways that I was acting I didn't even know why. It was a lot of feelings and emotions that I've never experienced, and I didn't know why. But just like going throughout like our relationship, and sometimes even when she would tell me how she felt, I didn't even understand it. I just feel like I felt sheltered from the world because I was literally giving my all to people who didn't need or didn't deserve it. So I was just sheltered to know how to love the right way. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think I naturally did love the way I knew how to love, but then when you have somebody who like equally loves you, I didn't really know how to reciprocate it at the time that she came along because of what I had went through or whatever. So, and people just ain't no good out here. For real. They just ain't no good. And they just make it worse, because I tell her all the time, if I wasn't with you, girl, I don't even know what type of person I would be. Honestly. We've been together for 4 years, and I'm just now getting a hold of, or just like realizing certain things. Like,
yeah, it's hard out here because
It's
most
hard.
people don't care. Like, man, most people just do not care, or they only thinking about self. They not. That's the thing, is like we both love really hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I naturally put my partner's feelings before mine. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing that we had to realize and kind of get a hold on, that it has to be a balance. You know, like both parties have to be able to contribute equally in every aspect, not just one, and that way both parties feel satisfied. You know, so it's work, but it can be done.
and I think this time around, like, that's why we so good. We haven't had like lash outs, because I had that time alone to be able to think and figure it out a little bit, and trying to kind of understand where she would come from, because a lot of times, because I was so stuck in my ways, I didn't understand where she would come from with stuff. She would talk to me and tell me stuff, and it wouldn't click. But now it's like I can just tell that difference. What you think?
I can tell too. Yeah, and most people like don't get it, like outside people, because they'll see a relationship and they'll see like, oh well, she did this, she did that, oh just leave, and that's gonna tie into the next topic. But it's like leaving is not always the best thing to do, because what you have to realize is that no matter who you are gonna be with, they're gonna hurt you, whether it's cheating or it's just something whatever it is. It's not always cheating, but whatever it is, like they're gonna hurt you. So you just have to be willing to figure out who is worth dealing with hurt from, because you can't. Yeah, we could be together and she could cheat on me and I'd be like, man, I'm done with her, I'm done, and I can go be with the next person and it'd be all butterflies and love for the first 2 years, and then the third year she do the same thing to me. So it's like I should have just stayed with the one person who I got comfortable with, who I knew actually, I mean, yes, she messed up, but she still loved me. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing too. Like, people like to confuse a mistake with how a person feel about you. That's not always the case.
And it's hard. It could be clouded because
most definitely. But it's like we as people are naturally flawed, so we're gonna make mistakes, and some mistakes are worse than others. But it's like certain situations don't always dictate how you are as a person. You just have to be able to learn from it and move on from it.
You just have to be strong enough to learn, to be able to stick it out and learn from it.
Yeah.
Because I always say it's one thing if you make a mistake, but when it's repeated, that's when it kind of, like what you're saying, kind of just can go out the window almost. So at the same time, you also have to know the person that you're with, know the feeling that you feel. You'll just know it. I mean, you just have to really connect with your person that you're with, and having conversations, even if it's uncomfortable. Those are important, you know, to just be open and communicate. And that's something that we lacked at first. But you learn and you grow together, and that's literally what we've done. So,
and still working on it, because it's not easy
at all.
It's not easy. But if both parties are willing to try and put an effort, that's all you can do is try.
That's it.
At the end of the day, if it don't work, it don't work. But if
you have to know that it's okay to not be with a person.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be with a person. And I realized that too. It's like, I was so clingy over this girl because, like, we keep saying, like, she was so loving and caring and she was everything for me. I cling to her because it was something that I never had. Everything was new within this relationship. Everything was new. So, but you have to just know that if it don't work out, it's okay.
You have to be able to move on and pick up the pieces, because life goes on. Yep. Like, it really does. But you just have to be willing to do your part. If you do your part and then it don't work out, something you can't be mad.
You can't ever be mad if you do everything that you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's word of advice to everybody. If you always go into a relationship giving your 110%, which you should, you don't want to waste nobody's time. You don't want to waste your time.
You can't expect for it to work if you don't give 100%.
Exactly.
Like, it's like I'm expecting you to give me the moon and the stars, but I'm only giving you the clouds. You feel what I'm saying? Like, at some point, I got to be willing to give you everything too, to be like, okay, well, I did try. I gave you everything, and it still didn't work.
Because that's the worst feeling, to, like, say that, dang, this relationship is over, but I ain't even giving my all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you put everything into it. That way, if it don't work out, you won't have no regret.
Facts.
So